Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to my 2517th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. Thank you for tuning in. This video being filmed on Wednesday night for trading Thursday, which is CPI report day. That would be January 12th, 2023. CPI report comes out tomorrow morning at 8:30, and I'll tell you right now, put your stops in, kids, because it is going to be risky. Never trade without stops. This is a very risky business. You can lose more than you have in your trading account if you are short futures without a stop or short options. So please make sure you know the risks behind trading. So for trading on Thursday, CPI report will be out in the morning and the markets will do something dynamic. So let's take a look. I've been showing you this every day leading up to the report. This is the 50-bar moving average, the dark one, and the lighter blue is the 200-bar moving average. When the 50-bar moving average crosses above the 200, that is considered by Wall Street to be what's called a golden cross, giving a signal that the markets now will work higher throughout the next quarter, 3 quarters, whatever's going to happen next. It is a catalyst, or I should say, it is the cross that Wall Street watches for whatever reason to decipher whether or not we're going to be buying the dips or selling the rallies. So the golden cross, as they call it, is a big event for Wall Street. Will the CPI report tomorrow morning be the catalyst to make the 50 go above the 200? Right now, the Dow Jones Transportation Average, deemed the leader of U.S. indices, is just about to cross, but it is not, it has not, and we cannot anticipate that it will. But I'll tell you right now, this is a very interesting juncture. Now, it's one of two things that are going to happen. We had a rally in the last 3-4 days, rally, which brings this golden cross almost to a moment where it crosses. One of two things will be happening tomorrow, and it's all based on the CPI report. The CPI report will either be the catalyst to make these two cross, and away we go to the upside, and funds will start buying more than they sell, or this is what's going on right here, this red line. It's one of two things. Let me show you that. This is a very interesting moment right here. What could be happening is that we had a fat rally, and Wall Street got the market ready to rally up so that it can run into a wall of resistance when the CPI report comes out, and this spot right here, and here's what I'm trying to get to. See this spot right here? This is an apex where this major support and major resistance lines come together in an apex. Now, is this report simply going to send us up to the apex where we fail miserably and head back down and start a new down leg? Or is the CPI report going to push the golden cross and make Wall Street get happy? Right above is this, just sitting there, waiting to be ran into. Right there. So, one of two things are going to happen tomorrow, and I cannot tell you which of the two because I don't know what the report's going to look like. But here's what I would think. The price of crude oil was cheaper in December. The price of crude was cheaper than it was in November. So, if the price of crude was cheaper in December than it was in November, and the CPI, a lot of weight in CPI is in crude oil. If December CPI came out slightly rosy, if November's CPI came out slightly rosy, the price of crude was higher in November than it was in December. That should make December's CPI come out even better, propelling us higher. So if you put a gun to my head, I would tell you that I think the market will go higher and the cross will take place, but I couldn't possibly know till the CPI report comes out. My research says crude oil was cheaper in December than it was in November, so the report will be better for December, which comes out now, than it was in November. There is this happening too. Remember the NASDAQ being below the 200-bar moving average, which is a very scary event that almost never happens. It didn't even happen during COVID. You couldn't get the NASDAQ weekly to get under the 200-bar moving average. That was like an impossibility. Well, we are under it, but look at this spot right here, the day of the CPI report. Look where this is. It's kissing the 200 bar moving average. So will that report propel the NASDAQ to get above the 200 bar moving average, or will it hit that average and dump? The same question that we have and will be answered 8:30 tomorrow morning in the transportation average. Will the report propel the Golden Cross, or will it send us down to start a new down leg? This is a moment where I can't tell you the Omni's bullish. The Omni says we're going up. I've got a green Omni. My research says we're going up because of the price of crude, and it's been better in December than it was in November. All of that says yes, but I don't have a crystal ball. Omni says yes. The look right here says yes. The really big factor would be if you could get the NASDAQ above the 200. If that happens, and if the transportation average puts in the Golden Cross, that tells me that funds will be buyers, the street will be buyers, and this quarter, the market will go higher. A lot is based upon the CPI report tomorrow. We'll see what it's going to do. Very interesting juncture here, and very interesting juncture there. Once again, put a gun to my head, I'd say it's going up. But I don't have a gun to my head, and I don't know what's going to happen. But Omni says to get long, and I will buy the S&P if it dips low enough, report or not. Reports give OmniX great fills. I will get us long for this report if we can get a fill. Traders, I hope that helps you. Get ready for the report tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Come join me at livewithoscar.com. And remember this, I am hosting an OmniCamp, which is a 5-day session held here in Las Vegas, 5 days and nights. It is February 2nd through the 6th. I've got 2 open seats. I'd like for you to fill out those applications and come out for my February 2nd through 6th OmniCamp. Traders, I will tell you one thing about OmniCamp. If you've got a product to sell to traders around the world and you invite them to a location, if that product does not work or if it's fake, you do not invite them to your home where your wife and children live. OmniCamp takes place in my home. You don't invite people to your home to sell them something that doesn't work. I promise you, this is the best thing you will ever do. Fill out your OmniCamp applications at omnibootcamp.com. OmniCamp's coming soon, so you got to hurry. And then, remember this, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help keep your emotions at bay is say this to yourselves over and over again, and I hope by now you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Traders, thank you so much for tuning in. Good luck trading. Put your stops in and don't be afraid of that CPI report. Get long, get ready, and we'll see what happens.